Liverpool have received good news from an injured player. Liverpool have to wait another 5 days to return to the Premier League after the international break, and their next opponents at Anfield are Everton. The Reds women's team lost 1-0 to the Blues this weekend, and a repeat of that result will not be pleasant for Jürgen Klopp. After the Merseyside derby, Liverpool have other important games ahead of them. A favourable fixture before the next international break could set things up nicely for a period of rapid points accumulation, while Manchester City faced a slightly tougher fixture list. All the while, Klopp will be hoping for no further injuries before the end of this international break, positive news from Andy Robertson, and a quick return for at least a few of those currently injured. Cody Gakpo shouldn't be too far away, with Klopp fearing the Dutch striker, who was injured against Spurs a week ago, could be a long-term problem. Here's the latest on Liverpool's injury situation. Andy Robertson's injury fears have been allayed. Robertson, who dislocated his shoulder against Spain while captaining Scotland, looks certain to miss Liverpool's game against Everton. It sounds like a painful incident, but the full extent is not yet known. The ideal, of course, is for Robertson to be fit as soon as possible, but there is an anxious wait for an update. No doubt Jürgen Klopp will give an update at Friday's press conference. However, reports suggest that the situation is not as bad as expected and Robertson could return sooner than expected. Thiago Alcantara and Stefan Bajcetic return. With Liverpool having started the season well and Klopp having plenty of options to choose from in most areas, it wouldn't be a bad idea to add 2 more midfielders to the squad. Thiago and Stefan Bajcetic are expected to return to the team shortly. Thiago can't be relied on for every minute of every game and has been out for a long time, but it would be a big advantage if the Spaniard can come on occasionally. Bajcetic could be an excellent alternative to Alexis Mac Allister as a number 6. Manchester City, on the other hand, are likely to drop more points. Pep Guardiola's side face Brighton, Manchester United, Bournemouth and Chelsea before facing Liverpool when the international break ends in November. Given that Liverpool will play Everton, Nottingham Forest, Luton and Brentford, it would not be surprising to think that the Reds could go into the head-to-head encounter leading the Premier League table. At the moment the gap is just 1 point and Liverpool have had a more difficult start to the new season, but Rodri is back after his suspension, and that will make a big difference. Manchester City won't drop too many points, but they have some tough games coming up that could be worth watching. Liverpool, on the other hand, on red card alert. Although Mac Allister's tackle on Bournemouth was ridiculous, Liverpool have already had 4 players sent off this season. Virgil van Dijk, Curtis Jones and Diogo Jota were also unfortunate for different reasons. Keeping 11 players on the pitch would be a huge benefit, and Liverpool have only done that in 5 of their 8 Premier League games so far. That must change in the next few weeks. Klopp warned the team not to get red cards and to avoid risky moves. With a big squad, it will also be crucial for Liverpool to progress in the cup competitions this season. To keep everyone happy, Klopp needs to get past Bournemouth in the next round of the Carabao Cup. Getting through there and topping their Europa League group as early as possible is the biggest goal for Liverpool over the next few weeks. This will allow rotation and guarantee more minutes for those who need them. At the same time, there is the potential to win as much as $3.8 million in prize money. In a way, Liverpool could finish second in the group and be better off in the new year with the revenue from an extra game at Anfield. It remains to be seen whether Liverpool will be able to compete in the Premier League this season, but even if that seems unlikely, there are 3 more silverware medals to covet. The national media were in awe of last night's performance from the player who earns £220,000 a week at Liverpool. Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk scored the winning goal in the Netherlands' win over Greece last night and received rave reviews from the Dutch media after his performance. Van Dijk put in a captain's performance on Monday night to help the Netherlands take an important step towards qualifying for next year's Euros. The 31-year-old stepped up for a last-minute penalty and fired the ball past the Greek goalkeeper. Ronald Koeman's men were largely frustrated throughout the match after Wout Weghorst missed a penalty in the first half. Liverpool's Van Dijk impressed the Dutch media after the Netherlands 1-0 win on Monday night. Football Orange gave Van Dijk a 7.5 out of 10 for his performance against Greece and praised his defensive work on the night. The publication wrote, "A strong captaincy performance from Van Dijk, who did well in defense, won a penalty and then scored the winning goal. Vogtball Primer was a little more generous, giving the Liverpool stopper 8 points out of 10. It was time for Van Dijk to take his team by the hand, and he did just that, they wrote. The captain played a strong game at the back, converting a penalty and scoring the winning goal. Van Dijk has been outstanding for Liverpool this season and seems to be rediscovering his best form. The £220,000 a week earner received a lot of criticism last week when the Netherlands suffered a disappointing defeat to France. However, Van Dijk's fine performances at stopper have taken Koeman's side one step closer to qualifying for next year's European Championships. After an up-and-down performance last season, he continues to perform well for Liverpool this season. The Dutchman is currently the heart of the team and continues to lead the defense. 16 Darwin Nuno's touches point to the explosive Erling Haaland formula that Liverpool can unlock. There is a view among Liverpool fans that striker Darwin Nuno struggles when he has too much time to think before shooting. Since arriving from Benfica for a club record £85 million in the summer of 2022, Nunes has failed to perform as expected, missing 26 big chances in the Premier League. Many of these opportunities support this theory. Take Liverpool's last Premier League defeat at home to Leeds almost a year ago, when Nunes had a one-on-one opportunity against Meslier when he ran onto Trent Alexander-Arnold's overhead kick but hesitated, allowing the goalkeeper to put his foot out to clear. Then, on Boxing Day against Aston Villa on Boxing Day, he ran onto Mohamed Salah's ball just after crossing the halfway line, showed impressive pace to elude Ezri Konsa but eventually shot wide. A few days later against Leicester, he controlled Naby Keita's lifted pass, set himself up to shoot but side-footed the ball over the top. It's a consistent theme for the Uruguayan to break his line in these situations. It's now clear that the 24-year-old acts on instinct. Of the 19 goals he has scored for the club to date, 16 have come first time, and 3 of them have been volleys. This speaks to the quality of his movement, creating openings that only require one touch, and that he is more comfortable in a single task. There are parallels here with his Manchester City colleague Erling Haaland. Last season, he set the Premier League top-scoring record with 36 goals, 86% of which came with his first touch. Haaland is so effective that you can understand why he has been called a robot by pundits like Ben Foster. Nunes, understandably, has earned a reputation for being far more wasteful than the Norwegian, but he comes very close to his one-touch goal percentage. He may never be a clinical striker, but he doesn't need to significantly exceed the expected number of goals to score at an elite rate. The combination of his excellent positioning and Liverpool's unique creativity will create so many opportunities that even an average conversion rate would put Nunes near the top of the charts. The formula for the long-awaited explosion is clear. He needs to be more composed when he approaches the goal, and to do that he will need to get to the root of the problem. We can only guess what that is from the outside, but it seems that Nunes is still struggling with a lack of self-confidence as he feels the pressure of the price tag and the expectations attached to it.